welcome to the World Climbing Club. As you can see, the rain is falling, but we are still having a fantastic time, and we're going to start things off with the semi-finals. Adam Ondra's runs, all commentated and discussed by one of our route setters.
All right, so we have Adam here on Boulder 1, bunch of AIX volumes and some flat hold and super mixed in as well. And really, this is just a straightforward power boulder. We really want to test the climber on their raw physical ability. Yeah, so Adam goes crimp to crimp here, a little bit of a shoulder move, and then extends all the way through, uses his body length really well here. You can kind of see his left hand to his left foot, being able to achieve that jib. Next sequence here, you're going to see a lot of shuffling of his feet. He's going to go right foot to the jib, left foot to the jib, right foot to the jib, left foot to the jib, as he kind of like works his way through this compression sequence between the super pinches and the flat hold crimp pinches on his way to the 25 to the top. I really like what he does here. He flips this crimp that we had stacked on top of another like bigger edge and turns it into a really wide pinch. We did try this in a couple of different methods for testing. This is, in my opinion, the best way to do this move, just because it allows more control. Pinches, you have a little bit more control than just a straightforward crimp. And then basically, once he finds the right body position here for himself, you can see that he's getting a little bit tired. He's fighting his way through. And I think this really, you can kind of see as Adam releases, he just starts to kind of fall away. And I think it's because he doesn't have enough pull left in him on that attempt. Boulder 2. This is a really fun boulder. It allowed us to explore and ask a lot of questions to the climber about their pure technical prowess. So on Adam's first attempt, he kind of tries to fight through using his, just amazing strength. But it kind of forces his hand a bit because he's not in the right body position to move through the sequence. You really want to use the best parts of the volume. So you can see on his second attempt here where his right foot is. It's a little bit lower and his ankle's turned in a little bit more. And once he finds that better body position for his hips, then he's allowed to use that left hand Cheetah Stadium Series pinch. He's kind of using it as a pinch right now, and the bottom is textured. The top where his fingers are is no tex. So you don't really get a ton out of it, but it's just enough to press to push your hips over your right foot, as you can see here, and then bring that left foot up. And as you can see, this zone hold here is nothing. For those of you in the EU, this is basically the size of, or the thickness of a euro. It doesn't have an edge to it. It's actually kind of rounded and flat and smooth, so you see him trying to get as much out of it as he can, but because it's tapered to the wall, you really can't even get a fingernail behind it. A few tries later, Adam does find that, realizes, oh, I don't need to pull so much on this hold, and can dive his right foot over to the jib. And then the next sequence here, what we saw Sorato do really well is snatch, just jump up powerfully and snatch that right hand. Now, the concept here that we were really looking for is that the hand is great. It's a very, very, great. It's a slopey hold, but relative to the rest of the holds on the boulder, it's the best one. It's very slopey though, and what this forces is you to land your right foot on this little jib stack. So if you miss the jib stack, there's no possible way that you can recover and hold this pretty positive hold. Boulder 3, very tricky, no tex hold start here. You're gonna redirect around the corner, and once you do, you're gonna land your right foot on that Art Lab plate, that yellow one there. Once you get this good swing, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the hands, and if you land just right, you'll arrive on that upper flat hold AIX volume stack in a pretty solid position. And then you see Adam fight here through a heel hook in, puts him in a little bit of a compromising position. We saw some other climbers just kind of smear on the wall and commit, but ultimately Adam does achieve this top hold. And that was a really exciting boulder. The crowd went nuts. Boulder 4 didn't see a top. Unfortunately, we always like to see a boulder topped. We got really close on a couple of occasions, but effectively here the intention was this big swoop over into some compression. We have some cheetah holds here with some of the macros, the Taji macros, as well as the boomerangs. Adam tries a couple different betas, and I think that's really smart. It's a really good competitive mindset to try a couple of different things. He ends up going back to the compression, kind of goes away from the toe hook version, which I think The toe hook version, to me, wasn't really an option in testing. It's just the angle of the holds and the way that your body's moving through as you're exiting that starting position and you're going into the reception. It just isn't there. And so we can see Sorato try the same thing a couple times here. Really raw contact strength in that right hand, which does help tremendously through this movement. But he, as you can see, stops that motion really well. He even does a little ghost bump with his left hand because he's on that right hand so well at that point. And then he's able to statically pull through to the 10, which is totally fine by us, but then he's forced to campus, cut his feet right here, and commit. Pull a little bit with that right hand, and then launch over to that right hand boomerang, and then simultaneously kick that cheetah skyball volume stack.
Right, it's almost time for finals, and there really is a party atmosphere here in Prague, despite the mud. Who cares? And hello, man.
Hello.
How are you? Are you looking forward to the competition?
Yeah, of course. It's amazing to be here.
But it's raining. Are you not worried about that?
No, I've got my rain jacket on, and I'm looking forward to the finals. It's amazing to be here, really.
It really. Who's going to win tonight, do you think?
I mean, Soraku is for me the winner. Qualifications, semi-finals, crazy work. The first boulder only one to top it, so I think Sorato will win it tonight.
Amazing. Enjoy the competition. See you soon. How are you guys? Do you speak English?
Yes.
Yes? What's your names?
My name is Lucas.
And I'm Carolina.
Now, I'm very impressed with your jackets, but yours, sir, looks very professional. Yours does look a bit like a bin bag, I'll be honest.
We try to be ready in any options, so.
So who is going to win tonight, do you think?
Let's see, I'm not sure.
In my opinion, it's gonna be Sorato or Czech.
Enjoy the comp, guys. Thank you so much. Madam, you are smiling despite the rain. Are you ready for the competition tonight?
Yes, I'm so excited for the finals.
Who do you think is going to win tonight?
Oh, I've got a favorite. Probably Amraku.
That is a very popular choice. All right, good luck. Good luck from the rain. I'll see you in a bit. Right. Now I have to talk to this man here. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. I had to talk to you because you have the most ridiculous wet weather gear I've seen in the entire comp. Just the head protected.
Yeah, just the head protected, just necessary. And we do what we can do with this weather.
It's all good. We're having a good time, aren't we? This is the second half of your...
French fashion.
French fashion. So where did you get the French fashion from?
The tees.
See, this is recycling at its best. Get a t-shirt, put the bag on your head. Perfect. Right, well, it's raining super hard. I got to go commentate, so let's find out who is going to win in the finals. The men's final was a spectacular affair. It all came down to an exciting last climb with some wild moves along the way. The crowd were hyped, despite the weather, cheering the athletes on. Slovenia's Andrzej Pahak was 8th on the night, his second finals of the year, and he quickly got Boulder 1 done, which featured a cool collection of small white crimps in the middle. Korea's Do-hyun Lee qualified in 4th for the finals, but after a flash on Boulder 1, he struggled on the running slab of Boulder 2. It was clearly frustrating, and he went time and time again, eventually ending in 7th. 6th was awarded to Hannes van Dyssen. He also topped Boulders 1 and 3, but it was Boulder 2 that made him jump above Do-hyun Lee. He ran across the slab in a variety of ways, and a zone in 8 meant 59.9. It was Yufei Pan's first final, the Chinese athlete putting in a brilliant performance in semis to guarantee his place. It was Boulder 3 where he shined. An impressive, outrageous piece of flexibility on the blue volume zone hold to get him to the top. In 4th was Japan's Sota Amagasa. He was only a few decimal points higher than Yufei Pan. It was flashes of 1 and 2 that made the difference in the points. Coming into the final boulder, he could have got a medal, but he couldn't work out the press move, just getting the zone. So podium places, and France's Samuel Richard put in a performance of a lifetime in his first ever finals. Boulder 4 was where he pulled out all the stops. The crowd held its breath as he climbed closer, getting it on his second attempt in an incredible performance. All night it went back and forth between Mejdi Schalk and Serato and Raku. Serato flashed Boulder 1, but Boulder 2 got away from him. Mejdi, meanwhile, sent Boulder 2 on his 7th attempt, which heaped the pressure on Serato. So final climb. If Mejdi got it, he would win. Let's jump into the live with co-commentator and route setter Cody Grodzki.
Considering no one's got close to topping this yet, well, sorry, Sam topped it, what am I talking about?
Sure.
But, you know, it's a big ask to top this thing, and that might be enough for Mejdi. Yep. So, here he goes again. Lands, presses better.
He's so good if he swings. He's got a minute 40 here. He's got to figure this out, because if he doesn't, he leaves the door open. He's got to close the door right now.
Exactly this. This is the moment.
Doing it right. He's doing it right. He's doing it right. Come on now, Mejdi.
He returns, though, a little bit high with the hands.
He's sitting on the foot.
Here we go. Yes, it is the Mejdi shot. That is a gold medal. That's the goal. Guaranteed. Serato can't catch him now, and Mejdi celebrates. What a cop from Mejdi Schalk.
Serato got it in 4 tries and claimed the silver medal. What an end to an epic battle. That's it for today's show. Tomorrow we will return for the women's side of things, as we do it all again to find our medal winners.